You know that feeling when you wake up in the morning, and your bones creak like an old wooden floor? Or when you reach for something on the top shelf, and suddenly, ouch, your back says, nope, not today. If you've ever thought, why do I feel more fragile every year? You're not alone. And here's the thing, you might be doing everything right, except for one critical mistake. For years, we've been told, take calcium for strong bones. So you dutifully swallow those pills, drink your milk, and hope for the best. But what if I told you that taking calcium alone after 60 could be worse than doing nothing at all? In fact, it might be stealing minerals from your bones instead of strengthening them. Sounds shocking, right? Well, today, we're going to uncover the truth, and I'll show you exactly what to do instead to keep your bones strong, flexible, and fracture-proof. Hi, I'm Betty and I'm so happy you're joining me today. Before we dive into this important topic, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and comment below telling me where you're watching from. I love connecting with all of you from around the world, so now let's begin. Let's start with the biggest myth about calcium. You see, your body isn't a simple machine where you pour in calcium and, voila, strong bones pop out. It's more like a delicate dance. Calcium needs a partner to actually reach your bones. Without it, that calcium you're taking, it's like a guest without an invitation. It wanders around your bloodstream, causing trouble. It can harden your arteries, trigger painful muscle cramps, and even lead to kidney stones. And the worst part? Your bones get nothing. So, what's the missing partner? Magnesium. Think of magnesium as the key that unlocks your bones' door for calcium. Without enough magnesium, calcium can't do its job. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most seniors are dangerously low in magnesium and don't even know it. Stress, medications, and even your morning coffee can drain it from your body. So if you're taking calcium without magnesium, you're basically throwing money, and your bone health, down the drain. Now, let's talk about how to fix this. First, stop taking calcium supplements alone. Look for a blend that includes magnesium, ideally in a 1:1 or 2:1 ratio, calcium to magnesium. But here's the catch, not all magnesium is created equal. Avoid magnesium oxide, it's cheap, but your body absorbs almost none of it. Instead, opt for magnesium glycinate or citrate. These forms are gentle on your stomach and actually work. And here's another game changer, vitamin K2. This little-known nutrient acts like a traffic cop for calcium. It directs calcium straight to your bones and teeth, and away from your arteries and joints. Without K2, calcium can end up in all the wrong places. So where do you get it? Fermented foods like natto, a Japanese dish, or high-quality grass-fed dairy. If those aren't on your menu, a K2 supplement, -7 Malawian kwacha's form, is a smart backup. Now, before we go further, let's address why this matters so much. Imagine your bones as a brick wall. Calcium is the bricks, but magnesium and K2 are the mortar and blueprint. Without them, the wall crumbles, no matter how many bricks you stack. That's why so many seniors still break bones despite taking calcium. It's not about more calcium, it's about smarter calcium. Now, let's talk about the silent saboteur in your kitchen, the food that's secretly stealing calcium from your bones with every bite. You might be shocked to hear this, but that innocent bowl of whole grain cereal, that healthy-seeming bran muffin, even your favorite instant oatmeal, they all contain something called phytic acid. And this natural compound, found in many whole grains and legumes, acts like a magnet for minerals. It binds to calcium, magnesium, and zinc in your gut and flushes them right out of your body before you can absorb them. Think about that for a second. You could be eating calcium-rich foods or taking supplements every day, but if you're also eating too many high-phytate foods without balancing them properly, you might as well be flushing those precious minerals down the drain. Now, I'm not saying you should cut out all whole grains, they have benefits too. But here's the trick: soaking, sprouting, or fermenting these foods dramatically reduces their phytic acid content. So if you love your morning oatmeal, try soaking the oats overnight in water with a splash of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. That simple step can unlock the minerals and make them far more absorbable. But grains aren't the only problem. There's another common food that most seniors eat daily, thinking it's good for their bones, but it's actually leaching calcium from them. Can you guess what it is? Salt. Not just the salt you sprinkle on your food, but the hidden sodium in processed foods, canned soups, deli meats, even some healthy frozen meals. Too much sodium forces your kidneys to excrete calcium, which means every time you eat a salty meal, you're peeing away some of your bone strength. Now, I'm not saying you need to go completely salt-free. Your body does need some sodium. But if you're serious about protecting your bones, start reading labels and aim for no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. And here's a pro tip: balance salt with potassium-rich foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, and spinach. Potassium helps counteract sodium's bone-draining effects. Now, let's talk about the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D. Because no matter how much calcium you take, if you're low in vitamin D, your body can't absorb it properly. Think of vitamin D as the delivery truck that carries calcium from your gut into your bloodstream. Without enough of it, calcium just passes right through you. And here's the scary part: studies show that over 70% of seniors are deficient in vitamin D, especially those who live in colder climates, spend most of their time indoors, or always wear sunscreen when outside. So how do you fix this? First, try to get sensible sun exposure, about 10 to 15 minutes a day on your arms and face without sunscreen. If that's not possible, especially in winter, a vitamin D3 supplement is a must. But don't just grab any bottle off the shelf. Most over-the-counter doses, like 400 IU, are way too low for seniors. Research suggests that adults over 60 need at least 2,000 to 5,000 IU daily to maintain optimal levels. And here's a critical tip: always take your vitamin D with a meal that contains healthy fats, like avocado, olive oil, or nuts, because it's a fat-soluble vitamin and won't absorb properly without fat. Now, let's address something even more important than what you eat or supplement with. Because no matter how perfect your diet is, if your body isn't using these nutrients effectively, you're still at risk. And that brings us to movement. You see, bones aren't just passive structures, they're living tissue that responds to stress by growing stronger. That's why astronauts lose bone mass in space, no gravity to stress their bones, and why bedridden seniors often develop osteoporosis so quickly. The best thing you can do for your bones isn't just taking pills, it's challenging them with weight-bearing exercise. But wait, before you panic and think I'm telling you to start deadlifting or running marathons, let me be clear: weight-bearing doesn't necessarily mean lifting heavy weights. It simply means any activity where you're working against gravity. Walking, dancing, stair climbing, even gentle resistance exercises with bands or light dumbbells, all of these signal to your bones, hey, we need to stay strong. The key is consistency. Just 20 to 30 minutes a day of purposeful movement can make a huge difference in preserving bone density. And here's something fascinating: the type of exercise matters. Studies show that short bursts of impact, like brisk walking, stomping your feet, or even lightly jumping in place, if your joints allow, create tiny microfractures in your bones. That might sound scary, but it's actually good, because your body then repairs those microcracks by laying down new, stronger bone. It's like nature's remodeling process. So if you've been avoiding any kind of impact because you're worried about your joints or balance, try starting with heel drops. Stand tall, lift your heels, and then gently drop them back down to create a little vibration through your bones. Even this small movement, done regularly, can help maintain bone strength. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: but I have arthritis/knee pain/balance issues. How can I exercise safely? That's a great question, and it leads perfectly into our next critical topic, because there's one hidden factor affecting both your bones and your joints that most doctors never check for. You know, there's something truly fascinating about the human body. It's always talking to us. Those little aches when you get out of bed in the morning, that stiffness in your fingers when you try to open a jar, even the way your knees protest when climbing stairs, these aren't just random pains. They're messages. And if we listen closely, they're telling us something crucial about what's happening inside our bones and joints right now. Let's talk about inflammation, the silent thief that's been robbing your bone density without you even realizing it. You see, when your body is chronically inflamed, it's like having a small fire burning inside you all the time. And just like a real fire weakens a building structure over time, this internal inflammation eats away at your bones. But here's what most people don't understand: the same inflammation causing your arthritis pain is also accelerating bone loss. It's a double whammy that leaves many seniors feeling trapped between aching joints and fragile bones. Now, here's the good news: you can put out this fire. And you don't need fancy medications to do it. Some of the most powerful anti-inflammatory tools are probably already in your kitchen. Take turmeric, for example. That golden spice sitting in your cupboard isn't just for curry. It contains curcumin, a compound so effective at reducing inflammation that it's been studied as an alternative to ibuprofen. But here's the trick: to really benefit from it, you need to pair it with black pepper. Just a pinch increases curcumin absorption by a whopping 2000%. Try adding this dynamic duo to your scrambled eggs or morning smoothie. But spices alone aren't enough. There's one simple change to your eating pattern that can dramatically lower inflammation, and it doesn't cost a dime. It's called timing. When you eat late at night and then go to bed, your body stays in digestion mode instead of repair mode. This means less energy goes toward healing your bones and joints. Try finishing dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime, and notice how much better you feel in the mornings. Many of my clients report their joint stiffness improves significantly within just a few weeks of making this change. Now, let's talk about testing, because guessing about your bone health is like driving with your eyes closed. Most doctors only recommend a bone density scan, DEXA, after you've already lost significant bone mass. But there are other tests that can give you an early warning. Ask your doctor about these 3 crucial markers: serum calcium, not the standard test. You need ionized calcium, parathyroid hormone, and C-telepeptide, CTX. These can reveal bone loss years before it shows up on a scan. If your doctor won't order them, consider a private lab. It could be the best investment you make in your bone health. Here's something else most seniors don't realize: your gut health directly affects your bones. About 70% of your immune system lives in your gut, and when it's out of balance, inflammation runs rampant. The probiotics in yogurt are a good start, but for real impact, try adding fermented foods like sauerkraut, kefir, or kimchi. Start with small amounts. Even a tablespoon a day can begin repopulating your gut with beneficial bacteria. Within weeks, you might notice not just better digestion, but less joint pain too. Now, let's put all this together into a simple daily routine you can start today. Morning, take your calcium/magnesium K2 supplement with breakfast. Include some healthy fat like avocado or nuts to help absorption. Do 5 minutes of gentle movement, maybe some heel drops or arm circles, to wake up your bones. Midday, get some sunlight for vitamin D while walking around your yard or neighborhood. The combination of sunlight and movement is magic for bone health. Evening, enjoy an anti-inflammatory dinner with turmeric and black pepper, finished by 6 or 7 p.m. Before bed, do some gentle stretches to release tension and improve circulation to your joints. Remember, your bones are living tissue. They respond to care at any age. I've seen 80-year-olds improve their bone density with these simple changes. It's never too late to start. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these strategies are you most excited to try? Maybe you've already discovered some bone health tricks of your own. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience could help another viewer. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more honest, science-backed health advice. Because here's the truth, you deserve to feel strong, mobile, and vibrant at any age. And with the right knowledge, you absolutely can. Here's to your health and to bones that support you for years to come.